What's up, guys? My name is Arvind, and I'm the scriptwriter and analyst for the School of Real Madrid's YouTube channel. And I'll be trying something a little new and experimental today. I'll be doing a quick tactical analysis of El Clasico using basically a digital whiteboard and some icons and arrows. Pretty rudimentary, but that's the only way we can get a quick turnaround for this channel. Don't worry, Kian will still be the main narrator, and our normal high production value videos will still be coming weekly. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Julian Lopetegui came into this Clasico with his job on the line. He needed to get absolutely everything spot on, and his players needed to give it their all for their manager. Now, when you play a team like Barcelona, a team who wishes to possess the ball and dominate the game, you have two real options. You can choose to battle for control and seek to impose your own will on the match, which you do by pressing and retaining the ball, or you can concede dominance by sitting in a deeper, more passive block, which lets the other team have most of the possession and leaves counterattacking as your main weapon. Lopetegui chose to do the latter, which was a questionable decision. The former manager of the Spanish national team has always been used to having a lot of the ball and doesn't have a lot of experience developing a more passive, reactive tactical scheme. That fact became incredibly obvious very early in the match. Real Madrid set up in what looked like a 4-1-4-1/4-3-3 medium block, which means they set up their defensive lines at about the halfway point in the field. They didn't press at all, and Bale and Isco tucked in field, possibly worried about Barca's ability to pass straight through their midfield. Can you see the problem? Isco and Bale's narrow positioning left fullbacks Sergi Roberto and Jordi Alba free to receive the ball. Marcelo and Nacho couldn't pick them up because they were occupied by Coutinho and Rafinha, with Coutinho threatening to run in behind a lot, as we saw within the first minute of the game. One might think that Marcelo or Nacho could move to close down their counterparts if Ramos and Varane provided cover, but the presence of Suarez up top kept Madrid's center backs in check. As a solution, Lopetegui could have certainly asked Bale and Isco to track the runs of Roberto and Alba, but keeping your wingers narrow to block off the center of the field is not inherently bad, because protecting the heart of your midfield is something most tacticians seek to achieve. So, alternatively, Lopetegui could have kept his compact structure by getting his team to press in the same medium block. Isco and Bale could have pressed Barcelona's center backs, Piqué and Lenglet, which would have disrupted Barcelona's build-up while blocking off the passing lanes to Roberto and Alba. This is still kind of risky though, as clever movement from Barca's fullbacks and sweet press resistance moves from the likes of Busquets could have still enabled passes out wide, but it's certainly better than whatever Lopetegui was doing. And whatever Lopetegui was doing really was quite bad. Barcelona scored the opening goal of the game by exploiting the lack of width in Real Madrid's defensive formation. Rakitic, under no pressure whatsoever, played a sweeping through ball into the path of Jordi Alba, who joyfully sprinted into space and crossed for Coutinho to score. Madrid responded with the feeble high press out of desperation, but their lack of motivation and fight became obvious as they failed to ensure adequate team-wide compactness and jogged back as Barca surged towards goal. Madridistas were begging for a totally different attitude and tactical response in the second half, and they got it. Varane, who got injured in the first half, came off for Lucas Vazquez, creating a hybrid 3-5-2-3-4-3 system. More importantly, Madrid decided to impose their will on the game. Compared to the first half, where Los Blancos had only 38% possession, Madrid had improved vastly, garnering 57% of the ball in the second period of play. This was down to the implementation of a renewed high press. Benzema, Bale, and one of Isco or Modric pressed Barca's situational back three of Piqué, Busquets, and Lenglet, while Madrid's central midfielders and defenders man-marked the rest of Barcelona's players. More of the ball meant more time for Madrid to show their class. Barcelona tried to regain control of the game by pressing themselves in a sort of 4-4-2, with one of the central midfielders stepping up to join Suarez. But Real's midfield was too good. Isco, Kroos, and Modric passed rings around their opponents and successfully found Marcelo and Lucas on the flanks, who combined effectively with Benzema and Bale to move up the field. This is how Madrid scored their first and only goal of the game. The ball was neatly passed from side to side, with Benzema acting as the central link, before Isco got into a dangerous position and crossed, allowing Marcelo to score. The resulting dominance lasted for a solid 20 minutes or so, and saw Real Madrid create two more big chances. Modric struck the post in the 55th minute when Madrid's high press won the ball back, and Benzema headed a great opportunity over the bar in the 67th minute when Isco broke through Barca's pressure and released Lucas down the right wing. Despite how well we were playing, I was worried about how we had failed to capitalize on our chances. Football is a low-volume game, meaning we likely didn't have that many more opportunities, and the energy from the halftime talk was beginning to wear off. And lo and behold, not that much later, Real finally made a mistake on the press right after Ousmane Dembele, one of the best transition players in the world, came on the pitch. In the 74th minute, Kroos followed Arthur deep into Barca's half and almost won the ball, but the Brazilian held on to possession and laid the ball off to Alba, who found Dembele in space. The former Dortmund prodigy cleverly drove centrally, making Nacho unsure of whether to pick him up. That left Casemiro in no man's land, who didn't know if he should close down or back up. As Casemiro struggled, Suarez slipped into the space the defensive midfielder vacated and headed home a cross from Roberto, who arrived from the right. The game was over from then on. Madrid's spirit was crushed, and their press fell to shambles. Barcelona scored two more goals and completed a humiliation of their most hated rivals. The scoreline was probably a bit unfair, but the Catalans deserved their win. One can only wonder what the result might have been had Real Madrid started the game with the desire, energy, and tactical plan of the second half. But they didn't, and they lost. That's football, and now Lopetegui is on his way out. So guys, thanks for listening. If you like this style of video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share. Also consider supporting us on Patreon so the team and I can continue making stuff like this.